What's going on with Bitcoin this week?
Yeah, Bitcoin is it was battling its all-time highs for a while. Every time it would hit it, it would just get tanked. Tanked and then would come back within hours. So it's not that big of a deal. But finally, we are now sitting above those previous all-time highs. We are currently at 71,000, down 3.4% on the day, but up 6.8% on the week. I was just looking at the 6 months here. We're up 165% on the week, Jay. On the 6 months. So it's a good time to be in crypto, that's for sure.
Wow. All right, let's shift over to ETH. What's going on with ETH?
Yeah, ETH has been above 4K for a little bit here, but we're currently down 4.3% on the day, up just 0.3% on the week. ETH has been lagging a little bit, which is weird because it just had a mega upgrade, which we'll talk about, and a bunch of good things happening fundamentally to Ethereum. But for whatever reason, Solana, which we'll move on to next, has had an absolute beast of a couple days since ETH has launched its blobs, or EIP 4844. Solana took the show, and it is now up 1.49% of the day, but up 27% on the week, currently sitting at $166. Big things happen in Solana, although nothing new. Nothing's launched on Solana. It's all on Ethereum. But this is what happens. Bitcoin has its big moments, ETF launches, and ETH goes up. ETH has its big moment, and Solana goes up. Who knows what's going on in these markets? It's a little bit wild. But overall, everything is up and to the right. If we look at the total crypto market cap, we're currently sitting at $2.6 trillion. We are down 2.78% on the day, but up 7.26 on the week. I wonder what percent of that is dog with hat, Jay. Must be really moving the total crypto market cap for us, because that is the juggernaut of this cycle so far.
We're up like $1 billion on dog with hat on the week. So
absolute craziness.
All right. So when we step back, Kai, looking at the markets through the past week, what's standing out to you?
Well, no surprise. The same things that happen every single week. We're going to talk about ETF inflows once again. And then we're going to talk about Michael Saylor once again. ETF inflows have surpassed a new all-time high, reaching over a massive amount here, reaching over $1 billion in one day between all of the ETFs. That is massive. And coming off the back of just the day before, that was also a new record. So we're continuing to just see crazy adoption through these ETFs, and more banks and more funds are incorporating these ETFs into it. So we've just blown away expectations early on for ETFs. The amounts we're getting right now were the expectations for the entire year. So by the end of 2024, and we've surpassed it in we're basically 2 months now. It got approved on January 14th, I think, 14th or 15th. So we are literally 2 months past, and we are already passing all the expectations we had. So it's absolutely crazy. And at this rate, the ETFs are buying 13,700 Bitcoin every single day at the current price.
Is there going to be any Bitcoin left?
There is not going to be any Bitcoin left. I'll tell you that. This is something we've been saying for a long time. I'll tell you why there's not going to be any Bitcoin left. It's not just the ETFs. Remember last week, Jay, when I told you that Michael Saylor raised $800 million so you can buy Bitcoin with it? So it's been a week, and guess who is raising money at the tone of $500 million to buy more Bitcoin? Do you know who that is?
I'm like, Michael Saylor?
Michael Saylor. Literally less than a week after raising $800 million, he's raising another $500 million.
Jeez.
Nuts. So the amount of Bitcoin that this guy's buying is it's not as much as ETFs. The ETFs are bigger than Michael Saylor, but Michael Saylor is one person, one company fighting 10 massive ETFs, some of the biggest financial institutions in the world. So yeah, you're right. There's going to literally be no Bitcoin left. Now, another news, been quite interesting. So the way that Saylor does this, by the way, is he does a private offering of convertible senior notes on the shares of MicroStrategy. I'm not going to get into what that means, but look who else is doing a private offering of convertible senior notes of their shares. Coinbase for $1 billion. What do you think they're going to do with it? Are they going to take a little piece of Michael Saylor? This is pure speculation. I have no idea. Maybe they want to, hire a bunch to do some more things. I'm not sure. But Coinbase raising $1 billion right now is quite interesting. I would assume Coinbase would not have done this at all-time highs. Maybe they would have done it in the bear market if they were to do this, but I guess they needed their stock to come back, which it took, just the last 2 months. It's gone from, basically in the 40s, 50s to, I think it's $260 today. So now is when they can do this. So again, I don't know if Coinbase is going to buy Bitcoin with their the notes that they're converting here, but we'll see. Bit of speculation. It'd be pretty cool if they did, because then we'd have two companies doing this. I'm still surprised. It's only Michael Saylor doing this. We'll talk more about that later in the show, but pretty wild to see this. And then the biggest news of them all, screw the ETFs, screw Michael Saylor, screw Coinbase. You know who tweeted about Bitcoin, Jay? Just like 2 days ago? Actually, it's not a tweet.
Who?
This is on Instagram. So this is going to the retail people. Champagne Poppy, our boy Drake. Jay and I are Canadian. Drake actually, he reshared, or whatever you call it, on Instagram, the story of Michael Saylor talking about Bitcoin on Bloomberg or whatever show it was on, which is the one where Michael Saylor like explains everything he's doing and how he's buying all this Bitcoin by selling his shares, like pretty complicated stuff, but like he's so confident in it. He gives a great explanation of like why Bitcoin is so important, at least on the corporate level. And yeah, Champagne Poppy shared it. I have no idea why, but he's got like 146 million Instagram followers. So I think we're starting to get back into the euphoric stage of this bull market because retail is definitely hearing about crypto at the moment. So thanks, Drake. We appreciate it.